Get the tab and watch ad-free.
Hey gang, welcome back. Today we're doing pick blocking 108, the pick and roll. I tried doing this on the live stream, but I went back and watched it. The camera angle wasn't great and the sound quality wasn't great either. So I figured we'll go ahead and reshoot this because this is a really important move. If you're more of an advanced pick blocker, if this isn't new to you, you can probably skip the next minute or two. If you are a beginner at pick blocking, let's kind of take it from the very beginning. So just briefly. So one of the keys to pick blocking is that we always want to be picking and blocking at the same time. If I pick, block, pick, block, pick, block, right? Once the tempo picks up, I'm not going to be able to do that anymore. Right? I can only do that so fast. So I always want to be pick, right? Pick and block at the same time. Right? Picking with index, thumb comes down, pick with thumb, index comes down. Same thing with index and middle. Right? Now, another key to this is that when possible, we want to prepare our fingers for the next string group we're going to be on. And by that I mean, if I'm staying right here on 10-9-8, right, there's no problem. I don't need to be moving my fingers anywhere because I'm just staying right here. But say I need to reach up and grab 7 next. If I do it just like this, now all of a sudden I'm going to have to move up everything at once. Whereas if I can prepare a little bit before that, by crossing this thumb up, right, now I've got my fingers prepared up on the 7th string because I'm not stuck down here anymore. Right. Okay, so that brings us to the pick and roll. I hope that wasn't too brief for you, that you get what I'm trying to say. So this exercise is one of the common pick blocking moves where we're preparing each time we get halfway through. We're going to cross that thumb up and prepare ourselves to move all the way up the strings. So plus side, you can just set your bar down, kick your shoes off. This is all right hand, hence the camera angle. So let's start from the top. We're going to set up 10-9-8. All right, pretty basic pick blocking move to start. We're going to pick thumb, then we're going to pick index. Like we said, we always pick and block at the same time, so thumb comes down. All right, there's the first move. All right, now instead of blocking with index on the string it just picked, we're going to pick middle and cross thumb up to 9 at the same time. All right. And one of the keys to learning this, if you're a beginner, is take it very slow. We want to make sure we're getting good blocks, right? We want to hear the mute on those strings, right? If we're going too fast, if we're not getting good blocks, all of a sudden it sounds like, right? That's kind of extreme, right? But you can hear the difference is the point. One string ringing at a time, and as close to simultaneous as possible with the pick and block. All right, so at the middle of that, I've got index and middle up in the air. Thumb is on string 9. The next move is to pick with the thumb. The pattern starts over, and index and middle come down at the same time. All right, so at the end of the first one, right, that 8th string is ringing, so we do want to block that, right? That's the note we have to block, but we're also preparing the middle finger, right? So that's the other part of this, right? We said that we're always preparing for the next move whenever we can, right? Cross the thumb up, thumb picks, index and middle come down on their new strings, right? 8 and 7. Okay, now index goes. When index picks, thumb comes down on 9 to block that string, right? And then it's that same move again. We're crossing thumb up and middle is going at the same time. Right, and there we are at that same point where index and middle are in the air, thumb goes. Index and middle come down. Right? What happens next? Index goes, thumb blocks. Right, what happens next? Middle goes, thumb crosses up. Right back. And then on that last one, I'd like to just make sure we cross that thumb up one last time, because that's really the key to this, is the thumb is crossing up, preparing us, right? Because when the thumb moves up, index and middle have to follow, right? We're not going to like cross our thumb up past our fingers. You would literally be insane if you did that. So when I cross that thumb up, right, my index and middle are just kind of intuitively going to move up, right? When I stay in this 3-string group. Right, just for giggles and poos, let's see how quick I could do it with if I picked and blocked each string with the same finger. I can't even think about it. Which is probably a good thing that I can't do that very well. All right, but you get the point, right? And that's why I decided to call this the pick and roll. You probably shouldn't call that to anybody else. They'll be like, what the heck are you talking about? That's just something I came up with. I liked the way it sounded. We're picking, right? And then we're just kind of rolling our fingers up. We're never really stuck to one string group. Okay, so let's take it descending now. Very same idea. It's just really it's kind of going to be exactly opposite. So we're starting off on 1, 2, 3. Okay, so reverso, we're going to start with middle. All right. Index goes, middle blocks. All right, what do you think happens next? All right, so on ascending, we had to cross the thumb up. Descending, we have to cross middle down. Right, so I'm going to cross middle down, and thumb goes at the same time. Nah. Okay, so you can kind of see thumb and index are in the air, right? On the ascending, right, we had index and middle because those are the fingers that are ascending, right? Here, thumb and index are going to be descending, so those are going to be the ones that are in our air at the pivot point. Okay, so what happens next? Middle goes, thumb and index come down on their new strings. Right, index will block that third string that's ringing. Thumb will prepare, and middle goes on its string 2. Alright, and then the pattern repeats. Okay, so middle, right, middle comes back down on 2 to block. When we do that, index goes, always picking and blocking at the same time. Alright, then thumb goes, and middle crosses down. And then we're at that point, thumb and index in the air. I'm not going to spend as much time with this one because the idea is basically the same. The pattern repeats, cross middle down, thumb and index in the air, middle goes, thumb and index come down, pattern repeats, middle and index, thumb and middle, end up with that 10th string ringing, middle on 9. Okay, so those are the exercises. Let's go ahead and set them with the metronome so we can slow it down or speed it up later if you want to. We'll have a good tempo with it. Okay, so we're in 3/4 time. We'll do 100 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, go. 2, 3. All right, descending. 1, 2, 3, go. 2, 3. Okay, so that's the whole thing. We can just kind of talk briefly about some practical applications of it. So say we're doing like a pedals down major scale walk up, right? All right, so we've got one of the ways we could pick that is with our pick and roll, right? So 8, 7, 6 is our string group. All right, think about it. Thumb, index, thumb goes down to block. Middle goes, thumb crosses up. And then we add that B pedal. So that would be kind of a practical application of that. You could use it as kind of a lick thing. Do it again. Go back to that 6. 5 and 4. Pick and rock on. All right, there's all sorts of ways we can use this this pick and roll. So I encourage you to get this one down really well. It'll help you in all sorts of stuff with pick blocking, solos, scales, all that kind of stuff. All right, we will come back with pick blocking 109 later this week, and we're going to look at another way to do the exact same exercise that I called the chunk. So come back for that one, and that'll be another tool in our pick blocking tool bag. See ya.